What's up everybody, it's VC Productions. Welcome back to another video. Don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Give me a follow on Instagram at EmojiMasterVC. I would really appreciate that as well. Also, we have new merch dropped yesterday, actually, matter of fact. 500 subscriber marking the 500 sub line. We'll drop another at 1K. I would really appreciate it if you guys go check that out. I'm not asking you to buy anything. It'd be pretty dope if you did, though. DM me on Instagram if you happen to pick anything up. And without further ado, let's get straight into this video. I would really appreciate if you could hit the subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow. So does the like. It means a lot. Once we get to a K, I might be able to turn this into a part-time job, and that would just be absolutely insane. And that would be life-changing for me. So I would really appreciate if you could play that extra part. Every subscriber counts on this channel, okay? Let's get straight into this video. So, by the title, you probably already know what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be telling you guys how to cop the Air Jordan 5 Retro Ghost Green. So, first step, make sure that you have your apps downloaded, okay? That's just the first thing that you're going to need to cop any sneaker, really, if you're going for, because this is a Nike sneaker. It's different for Adidas, it's different for Yeezys and that kind of stuff. It's relatively similar for most Nike drops, if I'm being honest with you. So, things first, make sure you got the Nike app and the Nike Sneakers app, because if they do give out exclusive access, you're going to want the Nike app. It's not the most important thing to have, but make sure you have it anyways. It never hurts really. Nike app, Nike Sneakers app, both free, and they are two different things. If you guys have never heard of the Nike Sneakers app because you're kind of new, it's basically just how they release limited special releases everyone first, and then they resell them obviously on StockX and stuff. But that's just how, that's like the first place that everything comes from. It comes from the Sneakers app, along with all these other different retailers I'm going to be mentioning very soon. So stay tuned. So you're going to need those two apps right there. And then some other apps you're going to need. Those are the most two important, I would say. Not really the Nike app, but the Nike Sneakers app is very important. You're going to need that. That's the first place you're going to be going. You got the Nike Sneakers app, all right. Next thing, you're going to need all your foot site apps, okay? You're going to need Foot Locker, Finish Line, Hibbett. Hibbett's actually not a foot site. You're going to need Foot Locker, Finish Line, JD Sports, East Bay, and Champs. Those are the 5 main foot sites, all right? You're going to need to download all those apps along with Hibbett Sports. Hibbett Sports never hurts if they do have a raffle in your area. And what you're going to do when you download these apps is you're going to go make a Flex account, which is basically once you log in to one of the apps and make an account, you'll pretty much be able to log in on any of the foot sites. I think they all use Flex. I'm pretty sure they all do. They're system type deal. They're all the same really, but you're going to want to enter for reservations if they do have one in your area. It's basically like a little raffle. They select certain people to go to the store and pick up the sneaker if you do happen to get selected. So you're going to want to download those apps and then go on the app, go to the releases page, because you'll have a releases page. Scroll down until you find the release date of these sneakers. They drop, I can't believe I didn't mention this, they drop on the 15th August 2020 obviously. Can't believe I didn't mention that, that's my bad. For a retail price of, I believe it was $190, it might be $200. Let me check actually. Let me pull up the Nike Sneakers app really quick. Well, Nike Sneakers website. They're retail for $190, so they'll probably be $200 ship if you do get them on the Sneakers app. They're gonna be more than that on the foot sites though, because those sites have like so many fees and stuff. Like the shipping's so much, I don't really know, but all right. So all the foot site apps, you're gonna have to enter for your reservations. If you do get selected, you only have an hour to confirm your reservation, or they're moving on and they're going to pick someone else. So you got to keep checking back and be ready, because they don't always tell you actually. Like sometimes the notification doesn't show up. I've had that happen to me, and it's really annoying. So you got to keep checking back. You got to make sure that you got those shoes or didn't get those shoes, but you got to keep checking back, you know what I'm saying? I think they notify you like about a day before, but I could be wrong. It could be earlier than that, so just keep checking back, okay, as much as you can. Every single app, you just got to make sure that you got them or didn't get them. You know, it never hurts to go back and check a couple more times. And so yeah, you got your Foot Locker, you got all those apps downloaded. This is what you're going to be doing before the release date, right? You're getting everything set up, all right? Now, one more thing that you can do right before the release, or to be, you know, a little bit more prepared, is just learn a little bit about the Nike Sneakers app, because it's going to be one of those, let me see, yeah, it's a Leo drop. So a Leo drop is basically, there's a Dan drop and a Leo drop. There was one more too, but these are the two most common ones. A Dan is basically a draw. It's like for like super limited stuff, like the Grateful Dead Dunks, for example. It's basically where you have to enter, and then you wait 10 minutes, and they'll tell you if you won or not. It's usually longer than that, but it's supposed to be 10 minutes. For a Leo drop, it's kind of like a first come first serve raffle type deal. It's the first people who get like randomly selected. So you got to be fast. You got to be as fast as you can be, because there aren't going to be that many people that they're going to be raffling between. Yeah, you just got to be first, really. Like, whenever I'm really fast and my Wi-Fi is really fast and everything's all set to go, I generally get the shoe, if I'm being honest with you. If my Wi-Fi is really glitchy and slow, and I still make it in on all 3 of my accounts, because I have 3 accounts. We'll get to that in a little bit. I generally don't get the shoe. That's just how it works. Then I've got to go for the foot sites and all those things. It's terrible. I'll explain that a little bit after this as well. So yeah, I create 3 accounts. You're going to want to have 3 different names, obviously. You're going to need 3 different emails and 3 different phone numbers. Emails, you can create like different emails. It's pretty easy to do. Just make a new email. It's pretty simple. Phone numbers, you cannot do that, unfortunately. You're going to have to, if you happen to have 3 phones and 3 different numbers. If you don't have 3 different phone numbers like most of us, you're just going to have to ask around, ask your friends, ask your family, anybody really, and hopefully they'll be willing to help you out. It's only going to be a verification code type deal. They're just going to need to give you the code, and then you're all set to go. And I think every year they make you redo that again, but you'll be all good if they're willing to help you out, and hopefully they are, and you're able to create. I do 3. I wouldn't do any more than 3. I actually use 1 on Wi-Fi, 1 on a VPN, and 1 on just like cellular data. So that's what I do. I pull up 3 different phones. Actually, I use completely different phones, 3 different phones, like old phones and stuff. But you can just do the same phone, honestly. Enter once, quickly switch your account, turn on a VPN, and then enter again, and then use your data, and then enter again. So you're on 3 different things technically. Unfortunately, the VPN I have has a delay, so I can't really pull that trick. I have to set it up on 3 different phones for the VPN type deal. You might even be safe just doing them all on Wi-Fi, but I wouldn't push it. Maybe 2, maybe just 1. I don't really know. I wouldn't try it. Okay, guys, on release day itself, which is, as I said, August 15th, you are going to want to go for undefeated at 8 a.m. Eastern time, okay? 8 a.m. Eastern time. Be ready for undefeated. It's a Shopify site. You're going to want to have an account in advance, have your credit card information saved in Chrome autofill or just in your account on undefeated. I don't really know if you can do that. I usually just stick to autofill anyways, and then you just have to type in your PIN really quick. Yeah, so undefeated, you've got to be really, 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 really fast, because if you do get in, you've got to check out so quick. Because I've been like filling out my shipping information. I've got my card all set to go, and then all of a sudden it says your cart has been updated. The item is sold out. People will be very fast. They'll be heavily botting this thing. You've got to be first. You've got to be 100% ready at the time. Be there 15 minutes early. I legit restart my computer, because restarting makes it go faster. Close all my tabs. Pull up undefeated. Have a YouTube video running in the background. You can use this one. You can use whatever you want. I usually stick to live streams of people trying to cop the shoe. You're going to want to be ready, like early. You're going to want to be on there, because they're going to give you a reCAPTCHA, one of those reCAPTCHA things, and you'll usually have a better chance of getting it in one go if you have the video playing in the background. That's your best chance on undefeated right there. 10 a.m. Eastern time. First things first, line up all your phones. If you have multiple phones, that's what I do. Get your computer ready, get your phone ready. Nike Sneakers app is coming first, okay? Get all this stuff up. Get all this set up. This is what I do, okay? I use 3 different phones. You can just use 1, really, and then just switch your accounts, because honestly, that works too. A little more of a tip for the Sneakers app, guys. Make sure you have Touch ID or Face ID, depending on what kind of phone you have, all set to go. You have your credit card information saved in the Sneakers app, and you have your shipping information, because you do not have time to be typing anything in, guys. I'm telling you, you will not get the sneaker if you're typing all this stuff in, okay? You've got to be first there. You got to be all set to go and cop the sneaker, okay? You are not getting them if you're typing in even your PIN, dude. Even your PIN. You got to have Apple Pay going, okay? You can't be using your card even. You got to set up Apple Pay. You got to set up PayPal, whatever. You could not be typing in even those 3 digits, okay? You cannot be typing them in. You got to have everything set up and ready to go, okay? It's very important. What I do is I pull up all the foot sites on my computer on here. On release day, I pull up all the foot sites on my computer and then have the phones on the Sneakers app. That's what I do personally. so that like I'm kind of all ready to go, and like while I'm copying on the sneakers, I can kind of multitask. But the thing about foot sites is you don't really have to be there first, unfortunately. It's more about persistence. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be a nightmare. I've been on there for 4 hours trying to cop on the foot sites, and it actually can work in the end. You can legit spend all day on the foot sites. It depends on how high the stock is, obviously. It's probably going to start telling you you're out of stock very, very quickly. But that's usually not true, actually, and you can end up getting through. And also, one more thing. The first things you're going to want to set up are Finish Line and JD Sports on your computer. You're going to want to have those going along with all the ones you're trying to cop on, because those are waiting rooms. JD Sports, Finish Line, Snipes, YCMC, all waiting rooms. Have those set up before all this stuff's going. Try and go on the releases page of all those. Have accounts for everything. Have accounts for all these sites, guys, that I'm talking about right now. You got to have accounts set up. You got to have everything ready to go, okay? You got to be prepared, man. You got to be there to grind, and then you might be able to luckily cop the shoe if you try to. And you know it's all about persistence with the foot sites. You got to have the waiting room. Sometimes you'll get through the waiting room. Sometimes you won't get through the waiting rooms. It all depends on your luck, really, but it is worth a shot. I've gotten through before. Do not make multiple accounts on the foot sites, okay? That's my personal experience. They thought that I was a bot just because I had multiple tabs open on different foot sites one time. I got through the waiting room on Finish Line for the Zion release right here, and they charged my card. I thought it was all good, and then they actually refunded me and took the shoe back. That can happen. You really don't know until you get the confirmation code, okay? I got lucky with Jimmy Jazz on here, guys. Jimmy Jazz is going to be dropping these shoes as well. Be ready on Jimmy Jazz. Let me show you guys a little trick that I use. It's called SoulLinks, okay? It's a website called SoulLinks. I recommend pulling it up. They actually don't have all the sites because I found some other ones that are dropping, and I'll list those out as well. But they have most of them. They have a good amount of them. They've got DTLR Villa. You got to be ready on DTLR. Jimmy Jazz is dropping. I would try your luck on Jimmy Jazz. They have a timer like on their drop day, all set to go. Pull that up with the foot sites after you cop on sneakers. Be ready for Jimmy Jazz. Okay, you can actually. What I do, I click the cop button. Scan Face ID, and while I'm doing that, I click the cop button on Jimmy Jazz. By cop button, what am I talking about? Cop button with the. Okay, I'm just saying, you gotta like what I'm talking about. Purchase whatever shows up, buy now, whatever. As soon as they drop, you gotta be ready. I managed to take a W on Jimmy Jazz with these here. I've taken W's on DTLR. Sometimes I do multiple. I actually got a pair of Zions from DTLR and a pair of Zions in the back from Jimmy Jazz. I got 2 pairs, okay? And you can get lucky that way too. If you're ending up with multiple pairs, that's awesome. Whether or not you're trying to resell or just keep some pairs, I don't know. But whatever you're doing with them, you got to have multiple stuff open. You got to have, like, my computer has looked so terrible, like all the way, like tab, all the way across. It's actually crashed doing this before. I have so many tabs open. It's funny. An old trick that I use is, like, the day before release day, I'll put a picture on the screen for the Smoke Gray Cop, because that was like one of my most successful ones. You get like everything up there in like notes. I do notes on my computer. I write down all the different times of websites that are dropping, and then I personally put like all the names of the stores, and then I put links next to them with the actual website. So on release day, I can just click all the links, pull them up, a ton of different tabs, make sure I've got my accounts all signed in. I double check right before the drop. You got to have everything set up. I wake up like 30 minutes to an hour before the drop, because you got to be ready, guys. You got to be 100% ready for this drop, okay? This drop is not going to be easy. This is a pretty hyped up shoe. I don't know the full story about it, but it's got something to do with Will Smith. I don't really know how that relates to him, but you can look it up. I don't really know much about the sneaker, but I know that it's not going to be easy. So you got to be 100% ready. Hopefully, these tips will help you cop, increase your chances. And that's what I'm here for, guys. I'm here to help you out. And if you like these kind of how to cop videos, comment down below, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, because I'm going to start doing these how to cops, because I want to be able to help you guys cop, help you guys make some money, help you guys end up with a decent sneaker collection, or whatever you want to do, I'm here to help you guys out. So just keep that in mind. And I hope you can help me out, return the favor by hitting the subscribe button. Now, Nice Kicks Shoe Palace are also going to be dropping at 10 a.m. Eastern. we're gonna have a lot of things drop. Let me just read off everything on Soul Links right now, okay? That's gonna be dropping. We got East Bay at 10 a.m. Foot Locker, Kids Foot Locker, because they're gonna be kid sizes. I forgot to mention that. I would recommend going for the men's sizes though. They'll be more profitable. Personally, that's my opinion. I think they'll be more profitable in men's sizes. So you're gonna want to go for Foot Locker, Foot Action, YCMC. I already mentioned that. That's a waiting room. Snipes is a waiting room. Finish Line's a waiting room. JD Sports is a waiting room. DTLR Villa is really, really hard to cop from, but you can get lucky, like I said. I actually won a raffle on the Zions, but, enter their raffle. Yeah, I forgot to mention that along with your reservations. Enter their raffle. Go check some raffle lists. You can search them up. DTLR Villa is a really great one. You should always enter the raffle. I've gotten pretty lucky on the raffles, so I would recommend checking that out. We got Chic. I've never used Chic before, but you can give it a shot. Nike United States, obviously that's just the sneakers app. Shoe Palace is pretty terrible, but I've actually managed to get through a couple times, and it's not the worst thing in the world, if I'm being honest with you. It does work in the end. You can always once you do get through on the timer, it literally took me like 3 hours one day, like after the drop. I thought that they were all sold out, but the timer was still going, man. It's this terrible timer. And somehow I managed to cop. Their prices are so high, man. Sometimes it's even above what resale will be. Do not pay for it. It's a waste of money. If it does end up being, I remember I got through on the waiting room for these right here. I didn't buy these from Shoe Palace because they were going for $400. And I checked to make sure I didn't have multiple pairs or anything. These were going for $400 with shipping and tax. That's insane, dude. $400. That's higher than resale is on these, and that's ridiculous. So don't pay for that. Make sure you're not paying a ridiculous amount of money. Let's see if Dick's Sporting Goods is dropping these. I don't think they are. But I don't know. You can always check. Pull up as many tabs as you can, and once you strike out on all the ones that you had prepared, go to all the sites you can think of just to make sure that they're not there. Because I've had that happen to me before. Like you pull up that one extra site that in the back of your head that you thought maybe didn't have it, and then you get lucky and cop. Check every single site you can think of to increase your chances, and that's pretty much what you have to do with how to cops. And copying sneakers is not easy, but you got to push through, and you got to be there first. You got to be there early. You got to enter as many accounts as you can. You got to have as many tabs open as you possibly can, and that's pretty much the whole thing. That's pretty much how you cop sneakers. And I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope that you're able to copy sneakers now, at least one pair, maybe multiple pairs if you get lucky enough. I'd appreciate it so much if you could hit that subscribe button. It would be life-changing if we could get to a K to get monetized and be able to link my merch, my Teespring. I've already got the account, like I said. We did a drop yesterday. That'll be down in the description. Follow me on IG at EmojiMasterVC. Peace out.